Everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how I made my Tinkerbell doll cake. It is my birthday once again, and this year I thought I'd go with the Tinkerbell theme. So stay tuned and I'll show you how. What I'm doing here is using this stamper that is by Wilton, and I'm using my green fondant. This is by Sunny Side Up, and I'm just going to be pressing in the stamper around a big enough section for this cookie cutter. You have to press it really hard or else it's not going to get the imprint. Let's do this one over here. Okay, so then I'm going to cut out the section that has the most print. And there you have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little bit of water. One thing I don't like about this doll that it has this movement here at their upper torso here. So you have to be very careful that it doesn't move too much or it's going to kind of split your fondant. So be very careful with that. I'm just going to grab just a tiny bit of water and I'm just going to brush it just on her. Just a little bit so this fondant can attach. And then just kind of wrap it around her. So see here in the back, it's starting to tear just a little bit, so be very careful with that. It doesn't cover this here, so I'm going to cut a little bit of fondant off this here, and then I'm going to attach it here to the back. Okay, so I cut out a little piece. I'm going to attach it to the back of this dress. And don't worry about the bottom here being exposed because this part is going to be in the cake. You're going to wrap that up with some saran wrap. So basically you're just going to see the top part from the waist up. And make sure this is centered. This heart shape. Squeeze her waist a little bit more. So it looks really pretty like a dress, but again, the cake is going to be, you know, from here down. So we're just worrying about the top part here. And then go ahead and bring your arms down. That way you don't do it later on when your fondant has dried or it will crack. The wings I am going to have to attach, probably hot glue it to the plastic of the doll because it's supposed to be attached to the dress with that Velcro. Very beautiful looking dress, but since she's not wearing the dress, I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to attach the wings to her. So I'm just going to hot glue it, and this will detach as well. The hot glue will come off the doll. I also went ahead and cut out some of my purple flowers that I'm going to be using. I cut them out in two different sizes because I'm not sure yet which ones I'm going to be using. Most likely the little ones, so that's why I did a lot more of them in the smaller size. These plungers came in 3 sizes. I used the 2 smaller sizes and I got these from eBay, and I'll try to link all sorts of things in the description box below. I did use a little bit of Tylose to harden the fondant. I did use the purple fondant for this. You can color gum paste in the purple as well, but all I did was use the fondant and use a little bit of Tylose to harden the flowers, and I'm gonna set them aside so they can become a little hard. I'll probably leave them overnight, 2 days will be best, and then they'll be hard enough and they'll have that nice little curve to them. So I am leaving them in these little containers so they can get the little dome shape. I did put a little bit of my shimmer dust, or I think this is it's not petal dust, it is a pearl dust by Wilton, and it is in the lavender and gives it a nice little shine to it. Also, I did put a little bit of the, I think this is the white, it's not the silver, I don't think, in the also the shimmer pearl dust by Wilton, and I just added a little bit on her dress to make it sparkle, to make it look like pixie dust. so she can have a nice little you know, shine to her dress. And that is it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on the cake so I can go ahead and put her in and we can get started. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick the doll in here. I wrapped her with some saran wrap, and I'm going to stick her right through all 4 cakes. And I did use 3 6-inch cakes and one of the dome cakes, which is a ball. And I will link that ball. It's by Wilton in the description box. And so as you see, you only see the top part of her dress. I did use a 1.5-inch round cookie cutter to cut out all the pieces from the inside of 4 cakes. So what I did is I did my buttercream in between the layers, and I'm just going to completely cover it with a nice thin layer of the buttercream before I go ahead and swirl the rest of the little flowers, because I want to make sure that it's nice and covered so I don't see any of this brown. Okay, so I gave her a thin coat of the buttercream. So now I have here a 1M, and I'm just going to do little roses. I'm just going to go counterclockwise. I'm going to squeeze and then go counterclockwise, just like that. And I'm going to go all around, just like that. And I'm going to do the first line first, and then I'm just going to go up. And on my second line, I'm going to go in between the ones that I did at the bottom. Again, counterclockwise. Next row, and so forth till we get to the top. Make really small ones here at the top. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the little purple flowers, but I do want to fill in a few gaps. This is why I did that coat underneath, so you can see that there's little gaps there, but there's the green underneath there. There's no cake showing. So I'm just going to just make little tiny stars there to hide those openings. I think we're good. I went ahead and hot glued the wings to the doll. I didn't attach it to the fondant, I attached it to the plastic of the doll, so it shouldn't be going anywhere. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put the little flower, the purple ones. I did use a little bit of the rainbow dust edible glitter, and I will link it down below. I got it from eBay, so it'll give it a really pretty sparkle, just like pixie dust. Go ahead and attach the flowers all around the dress. Try to put them where you see a little bit of flaws, or if you have a little gaps, and just go ahead and attach them there to kind of fill up the space. And make sure that you put them all around, that way that the flowers are nicely distributed. I decided to add a little bit more color to it, so I added some of these pearls. These are like 6-lets, but they're not chocolate, they're just candy. They come in multiple colors and they come in 2 sizes. I used the smaller ones, and I just added them around the cake just like I did the flowers. So it gives it just a little bit more color to it. That will be all for this video, guys. I thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a good one.